I've been putting myself off from buying an iPad for many years. But now I have bit the bullet. I bought myself an iPad. This is not the iPad Air, nor is the iPad Pro. This is called the iPad 2017. So let's see how good it is. The iPad I'm unboxing today is the iPad 2017, or also known as the 5th generation iPad. It's a budget version of the iPad line and is also the cheapest iPad that Apple sells. So this iPad has the chassis of an iPad Air, with the internals of an iPad Air 2, which it replaces, or actually this is better because it comes with an A9 chip and an M9 core processor, but not the X version that mostly is released with iPads. It is also thicker and heavier. The tab has a processing muscle similar to an iPhone 6s and it comes with 2 GB of RAM. There are two storage options available, 32 GB which costs around 24,900 rupees and the 128 GB version that costs 33,700 rupees. Colors available are space grey, silver and gold. Its screen, being 9.7 inches, sits between the iPad mini 4 and the iPad Pro in terms of specifications. It weighs 469 grams, so it's light enough to carry around and hold for extended periods. The back metal body is smooth to the touch but still grippable. There are no visible antenna lines on the Wi-Fi version, but the cellular version does have a plastic band on top for the cellular antenna. The face of the iPad has a physical home button which features Apple Touch ID fingerprint scanner, which provides both secure and easy access to your tablet. It's easy enough to reach and I had no problems using it. But this is the first gen Touch ID, which is quite slow as compared to the new ones. You have to actually click on the home button to activate the fingerprint scanner. The front face also houses the 1.2 megapixel iSight camera, which is quite sad for 2017 standards, but it's good enough for FaceTime and Skype calls. The rear camera is an 8 megapixel camera. It's nothing much to write home about. The iPad has a resolution of 2058 by 1536, which is 264 pixels per inch. At normal viewing angles, the pixels are not noticeable, hence the name Retina display. The screen can go really bright too as compared to the earlier iPads, which due to it not being a laminated display, also not having an anti-glare coating as found in most of the expensive models, the high brightness actually helps with readability in bright sunlight. About the non-laminated display, most high-end tablets have a laminated display. So on this iPad, the LCD is not laminated to the glass. So this means the display is set back a little within the glass as compared to its more expensive cousins. Does this bother me? Not much, because I generally wanted an iPad for general browsing and movie watching, so it doesn't bother me too much. This iPad just works very well. The A9 processor, even though it's not an X variant of the processor, is zippy enough for most tasks. The dual speakers below also sound great. The right has the volume control buttons, which are tactile and easy to access. On the top left, we have the headphone jack, which is a good thing in 2017, and also the power button on the top right. In the middle is the microphone, and there is also one more at the back. This is to help with noise cancellation if we want to use FaceTime or Skype to make video calls. The left is devoid of any buttons, and we don't have the mute orientation lock switch on the iPad, which is quite disappointing. The iPad came with iOS 10.3 out of the box, and I have the 128 GB version. As you can see here, we get access to only 118 GB of space. The 32 GB version only has 20 GB available, as part of the space is taken by the OS. I received a notification that an update to iOS 11.2 is available, so I instantly took it. It did take time to update. The interface seems to have changed quite drastically after the update. The control center looks so different. Also, a new addition is the dock. we can multitask between apps by just dragging and dropping another app from the dock to the side of a running app. This is a good feature, and holding the tablet in landscape seems to give the apps more room unless you are reading articles. The iPad does not support the Apple Pencil, nor does it have the smart connector at the bottom for attaching smart keyboards as on the iPad Pro. But that's not what I wanted. I just wanted an iPad so that I could actually use the apps from the Apple ecosystem. So at 24,900 rupees for the 32GB version, I think it's a good bargain from Apple. So if this is your first iPad or you're trying to upgrade for something which is under the iPad Air, this would be a good recommendation. And if it is your first tablet, I think this would be a good tablet to buy. But if you are upgrading from the iPad Air 2 series, I think the iPad Pro is a much better choice. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Also click on the bell icon if you want to be notified when new videos are added. Thank you for watching.